Howdy, and welcome to the Feed Bandit Podcast, where we have fun talking all things hunting, and in the process, do our best to support small and family-owned businesses in the hunting space. Here are your hosts and resident bandits, Jimmy Byrne and Richard Kinchlow. Howdy, folks. Welcome back to the Feed Bandit Podcast. Jimmy here, and I'm joined by the Corn Bandit, Richard. How you doing?
Howdy, how are you? Hope everybody's doing good tonight.
I agree. And what if they're not listening to this at night, though?
That's true. Hope everybody's having a great day. Yeah, there you go.
Right.
That's true.
Today is just going to be a kind of a fun one where we banter back and forth. First off, kind of want to just talk about a fun little hunt that we all went on, I guess a couple weekends ago now.
Yep.
You want to take it away? I think people will be interested in hearing how that all went.
Oh yeah. So we had we had the privilege of going to the Rough Creek Lodge in Glen Rose, Texas, to do one of their upland game bird hunts. Santa Claus actually was nice enough to provide that hunt to me and three of my friends. Actually, my dad was supposed to go, but he had some knee issues, so he could not attend. But three friends, we got to go. Jimmy was one of them. We headed on out to Rough Creek in Glen Rose, and we just had a ball. Really, kind of the name of the game there is upland game bird hunting. So they've got quail and chukar and pheasant, and so it's just a really unique opportunity to be able to hunt. Especially two of the species, being the pheasant and the chukar, are not something that you can really shoot all that easily in the state of Texas, especially the chukar. I believe the chukar there are no native chukar to the state of Texas. I think they're more of a.
Are you saying there's a New Mexico bird?
Yeah, New Mexico, kind of the Sand Hill, Nebraska, Kansas, something of that nature. And then, of course, the pheasant. The pheasant out in West Texas, we've actually got a decent population of pheasant. They tend to kind of come and go with the bad years and with crop rotation, CRP management, things of that nature, which I can talk all day about, which is kind of fun, but most people would probably find boring.
No, let's do that. Let's actually make a note of that. We'll talk about that on a future podcast because it can play in to your hunting. Maybe your hunting success later on down the line.
Oh yeah. So. Yeah. No, there's no doubt. CRP is a great thing. But so basically, what they do is at this facility, and then lots of other places in the state of Texas, and probably all around the country, is that they have pen raised birds. Now, okay. Now everybody's what are you doing? Just letting them out of the cage and shooting them? No, that they actually couldn't be farther from the truth. What they do is they spend an exorbitant amount of money trying to what they call flight train these birds. So they raise these pheasants and these quail and these chukar from just little bitty poults to adult birds, and they train them. They train them to be fearful of man, to be fearful of raptors, okay? And raptors obviously being, hawks,
velociraptor,
eagles, right?
Hawk.
Yeah, or dinosaurs, either one. Of course, the dinosaurs eat us and the dogs too, so it's a lose-lose type things. The birds are probably the least of their desired prey. But
I did not realize as we were walking across that prairie that we were actually being hunted.
Yeah, clever girl.
Right.
Yeah. But anyway, so they flight train these birds. So it basically what that means is when they release them into the wild, which by the way some of them do survive. Okay, it's a low percentage, but some will obviously flourish in the wild. But it basically means that when you're up on them, they're not just going to roll over and let's shoot them, and that's what makes it a lot of fun. And of course, if we didn't have dogs with us, it would be. God, I don't know how many birds would kill, to be honest with you, because having the dogs in there and spotting the quail or the chukar or the pheasant, and then having a lab go in there and flush them, is obviously it's just a really cool experience.
I mean, how cool is it to see those dogs, go up to that tree or that bush or
Sure.
whatever, and then their tail just,
Oh
goes,
yeah. Oh yeah.
I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
that's really
Well,
cool.
and the whole teamwork aspect
Yeah,
of it.
yeah,
You got the Brittany or the German short hair, running this way and that way, trying to pick up the scent of these birds. They finally find one, like you say, and their tail goes, stiff, and their leg goes up, and they're sitting there pointing at these birds that may be held up under a cedar tree or in a clump of native grass, something of that nature. And then the handler will send the dog in, and they're sending the lab in, and the lab will go bounding in there like an idiot, and the birds blow up everywhere. And it's a really cool experience. And again, I can tell you that we missed numerous quail, and I'll tell you, we missed a lot of chucker too. The chucker, I mean, I've got some great video of it, and I'll try to point it out in the video. But there's a video of me. One of I guess we were working two Brittany quail dogs or bird dogs really, and I was kind of watching one over on the side, and he pointed on this bush, but it was a bush. I mean, I could see clear through it. I could see right to the bottom, or so I thought. Well, little did I know, as I got closer, there was a chucker. I mean, just right there at the base of the tree, and I still didn't see it when it flew up in my face. And of course, it flew. It probably flew a couple 100 yards, and then it was on the ground. It was gone. It was out of there. And we never got a shot at. So again, the flight trained pen raised birds is extremely challenging. If that doesn't, if you still have a negative opinion on it, you think about this, okay? We have now, we had the ability again to go out there and hunt quail and pheasant and chukar. And so what does that make us want to do? That makes us want to do it again, right? And maybe that makes us want to go over to South Dakota, and spend the money there. And of course, any dollars that we spend, in South Dakota on the pheasant hunt go to benefit pheasant conservation. Okay. Right. The same thing with quail. Maybe now, we're just we're real nutty quail guys. All right. So we want to go out there, make it a tradition every January. We're going to go to quail hunt. All right. So again, we're out there. In our case, it'd be small town Texas. Some of these big ranches. We're buying stuff in town. We're spending money. It's benefiting the quail. I mean, the places like the Rough Creek Lodge can literally be almost like a gateway, if you will, a gateway into finding hunting experiences that maybe you never knew you even liked. Of course, with me, I'm obsessed with all hunting, so I loved it. But I think it's an incredible positive thing. I remember we were getting ready to go out in the field. There were two kids in there from Mississippi, and they were getting their hunter orange, and they were kind of talking about, okay, this is how it's going to work. Clearly they had never hunted over quail before, but I mean, Jimmy and I, we didn't know that we could be looking at the next leader of Quail Unlimited right there.
That's right.
And it all may have started from that one little hunting experience,
Mm-hmm.
So again, giving people the exposure, of course, it's paid for it, but it's very affordable. I will say that. It's just a real opportunity to expose people to a new kind of hunting. And then, of course, hey, here's the other thing. Not only were we out there in the outdoors enjoying that, but the camaraderie as well. We were giving each other all kinds of hell, when I never missed, of course, but a lot of the other guys did. So that, of course, that was a lot of fun. So overall, just a really, really cool place. Again, the Rough Creek Lodge in Glen Rose, Texas. Great friends. Just a really cool trip. A good time.
Yeah, it was. It was a great experience. First time I ever, was able to shoot at a pheasant or even a chukar. I never even heard of a chukar until this trip. And
right.
I'll tell you, I don't know if you have, but I have eaten my birds.
Oh no!
Already.
Oh, already?
Already.
Oh,
well, yeah.
Good
for
you.
The week after, yeah.
Nice. How'd they turn out?
I cooked them all together all at once, and that was all I ate for dinner one night.
Nice.
I mean, what did we ended up with? What?
We ended up with, and I don't know how I remember this, but we ended up with 32 quail, 4 chukar, and 4 pheasant.
Okay, yeah. And of course, we divide the well, it's 4 guys. So
Right.
if any of you are wondering if I ate 15 quail and all that other stuff on my own, no, I didn't. But I would try if I could.
Oh, yeah. Are you kidding me? Yeah. Bring it on.
Yeah, but no, I cooked them all one night, and I actually cooked them in the oven. I didn't grill them.
Okay, good.
Just used a marinade of it's really good, believe it or not. Sea salt, Old Bay, and garlic powder.
Oh, wow.
And oh my God, they came out awesome.
Really?
I mean, just tasty, and I mean, perfect. Absolutely perfect.
How long did you do them in the oven for?
Oh shoot, what did I do? You had to ask. As I was talking, I was trying to remember that. I think I had it on like 350,
350 for 20 minutes, something like that.
Yeah, it was 20 minutes or so, more, maybe a little more. Actually 20 minutes was perfect for the quail.
Oh, okay.
But the pheasant and the chucker,
a little bit bigger.
They were bigger, so I think I had to give them another 2 to 5 minutes, something like that. But
okay.
Yeah, I mean they came out perfect. They weren't dry or anything. They were, and they're cooked perfectly. So, so that's how I ate them. How are you planning on eating yours?
That's awesome. Well, I prefer, as you know, and I know you do too. I prefer majority of my meat on the grill. So the quail I will definitely do on the grill. And I'll probably do some Texas style. So, maybe putting a little slice of jalapeno and then the Texas 1015 onion on the other side of the breast. Maybe giving them hold on one second. That's my room service. Hold on one second.
Room service. All right. So the Corn Bandit is again on the road for business. So as we're talking, he's in his room getting his dinner. I don't know what he ordered. I'm guessing maybe a burger. But I guess we'll have to ask him when he comes back. Hear him
awesome. Thank you so
completing the transaction here.
You're very welcome. So I got your burger right here with the
burger. I was right.
Yes. Mayo right here. A glass of water, a glass of ice in your.
I hope he tips her.
And then there's some salt and pepper.
Thank you so much. There's a stop snowing out there.
I'm not sure actually. I haven't really checked. I know it's looking about most of the night.
So he's way up north, and I guess they're so used to the snow that they don't even care to check.
I go to UWM's University.
Oh, okay.
So I take the bus in and go to class.
Of course.
Oh, okay, good.
You should be all right.
All right.
That's Texas boys, probably looking out the window all the time.
You're very welcome. You have a
Not used to the snow like
too.
that.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate it.
Right.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
All right.
So
that's great. I can hear everything.
That's
snow
awesome.
get in there?
Yeah, it actually does. But okay.
Take a look at it, or?
No. She lifted the little tray up there, and it actually looks pretty good. I also have a little flower garnish here. Here's the only problem. She gave me a darn thing of mayonnaise, and as anybody knows, mayonnaise is disgusting. Go Miracle Whip.
Yeah, Miracle Whip is absolutely disgusting. All right, so here we go.
It's wonderful.
Here's the garnish debate.
Right.
Mayo versus Miracle Whip. So anyone listening, vote somewhere. I don't know where, but
yeah,
go Mayo.
And before you vote, I want you all to know that this is known. It's in one of the chapters of the Bible that when Jesus made sandwiches, which he did frequently for his disciples, he used Miracle Whip because it's that good. Okay. Yeah. So okay. So where were we?
Well, I guess I can't top that one.
Right. Yeah. So,
I could try, but
yeah. We might lose listeners. No, I win. Yeah. So back to what we were talking about. So the quail breast I'll probably do on the grill. So that'll be delicious. The quail legs, however, I can try them on the grill, but I also might do them in a pan with maybe a little olive oil or just a little butter, maybe a little salt and pepper, and just kind of give them a little shock to the system, a little brown, and then I'll eat them. Not raw, but partially cooked. Now, the pheasant, and the quail, or the pheasant and the chucker. Julie, my wife, did she did a pheasant recipe a couple years ago, and of course I can't remember it now. It had kind of almost a light gravy sauce with mushrooms, and God, it was just incredible. And I remember it. We had the dish kind of separated. Also had the chunks of breast meat, and then it had the quail, or the pheasant legs, and she was able to just pull them apart. Oh my God, it was so good. So. Yeah, that's probably the route I'll take, something of that nature.
All right, yeah, that sounds good. Yeah. One thing I did is I did de-breast the meat off the pheasant and the chucker.
Oh, okay, all right.
That just made it so much easier.
Right.
Come eating time, it's just a pieces of meat there.
Sure.
But
absolutely.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
All right.
So,
well, that's thank you again for inviting me on your Christmas gift hunt.
Oh,
that was
gosh. Kidding me? No,
it was a blast.
It was a pleasure. It's something I don't know if I told you, but so if you follow us, you know that I'm the guy who makes all the videos. So I had my GoPro running, but got some really, really cool footage. So got a lot of kill shots. I think I got Matt shooting one of pheasants, and I think I got you shooting one, Jimmy. And
all right. Did I actually hit it, or was it?
Yeah, no. I think you did get it. I think you did get it. So yeah, no, it actually be a really cool video. I need to put it all together, so that'd be something I'll probably try and do this weekend. So
awesome. I'm looking forward to seeing that.
Oh yeah. It's again just a really cool experience out there, and truthfully, if you've got kind of I'm not gonna say a teenager, but a child that can a kid that can hold a gun, and that can maybe has quail hunting experience before, and something of that nature. I highly recommend taking those kids out there. It's a good, comfortable hunt. It's not too hard. Obviously there's some walking, but not enough to make it super extreme. So I definitely recommend it. It was a lot of fun. Made some more memories.
Yep, I would agree with that. And that Rough Creek Lodge, you could do all sorts of hunting there too. So
that's true. That's very true.
If you're interested, check it out. Everything from deer to, I think they have some exotics. I think if I remember.
I think they got rid of the exotics.
Oh, did they? Okay. Well, deer, hogs, obviously the birds.
Yep, dove and ducks and all that.
Right, all that stuff. So
yep.
Yeah, so check it out. It's a cool place, and if you're traveling far enough to where you need to stay, they got a huge lodge there. It's a really cool place. So
yeah. Well, and that's actually a really good point, Jimmy. Obviously we encourage everybody to bring their significant other with them, but if your significant other isn't too much to tromping around the bush, the Rough Creek Lodge has got, they've got spa treatments there. They've got all kinds of stuff. So I think your significant other will be well taken care of if she doesn't come out there with you in the field.
Yeah, I mean they got a nice bar there that they can
yes, they do.
they could sit at for while you're walking around in the bush. So
Yep, absolutely.
All right, you got anything else on our hunt?
I think that's about it for that one. We also posted a how to clean a quail a quail video.
Yep.
Go to our YouTube channel. It is up right now. It's a really good video because with the quail, you really want to save those legs. The legs are incredible. Whereas with a dove, typically most folks don't eat the dove legs, but the quail legs, oh my Lord, you're throwing them away. You're throwing away gold.
There you go.
Yep.
The Corn Bandit has spoken.
That's right. That's what. Actually, you know what? If you don't want to eat quail legs for whatever reason, postmark P.O. Box, Dallas,
right.
Texas. Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Well, the other thing we wanted to talk about is today, although not technically today, but this is going to be posted today, which would be March 2nd.
Hell yeah.
It's a big date in our state's history, being Texas.
Huge.
It is our Independence Day.
Yes, it is.
It's a pretty cool deal down here in Texas, where we can sit back and say, hey, we're celebrating, well, as far as I'm concerned, the most important Independence Day.
Agreed.
But at least we got 2 of them that we could celebrate down here.
Absolutely.
What do you think?
No, I love it. March 2nd, 1836 was what was an incredible date. It was a date that means something to most. It should mean something to every single Texan that walks this earth, and a great opportunity to teach your children, about a group of guys, a group of people. And the other thing about it is we're talking about all races, all creeds, okay? That basically said, listen, we are tired of living under the thumb of a tyrant who lives 1,000 miles away. And
we threw away the promised Constitution of
correct
1824.
1824, right.
Said enough's enough.
Yep.
We gave it a try, and it's not working.
Yeah, we are done. They are not listening. They are not being fair. So it's time to kick some ass. So it's a great story about people that that just don't roll over and die. That stand up for what they believe in. And it's just, hey, boy, I get mega emotional. I love it. So it's really cool. This is really kind of mid-February to obviously April 21st is kind of what I call the Texas History Month. Obviously with March 2nd being Independence Day, I can never remember Goliad, which is awful. I know it's in February. And then March 6th being the Battle of the Alamo, of course. And then April 21st being the Battle of San Jacinto. For those of you who are not a student of Texas history, one of the common myths about the Alamo I'd like to dispel right here. The Alamo, a lot of folks somehow kind of got out that the Alamo was being fortified and held up for to help Sam Houston, to buy time for Sam Houston, and for him to raise an army to counteract the growing threat of Santa Anna and his group. When in reality, the Alamo was really fought about the Constitution of 1824, and that's the reason why you see the Mexican flag with 1824 above the Alamo. Of course, it's crazy. I can only imagine how the Texas Revolution would have ended up had we had an email. Had William Barrett Travis and General Sam Houston been like, oh, okay, so we did declare independence. I had no idea. Okay, all right, so yeah, we will.
Liberty or death, sin.
Yeah, liberty or death, sin. So it's kind of crazy how it all worked out. William Barrett Travis and those guys, they didn't even know about about they had declared independence until I think, I think didn't Bonham tell them like it was just a few days before the siege was over, something of that nature. So one of the common myths about the Alamo, but. Yeah, just a really, really cool story.
It is. And it's just kind of, I don't know, growing up here, it's kind of just ingrained in you. Like, it's in your blood to be proud of that, proud of being a Texan, It's kind of, you always hear these about how it was typically before, the war to prevent Southern secession, right. Where citizens consider themselves, citizens of states.
Right.
And then, that state of being part of the union and everything.
Right.
There's still kind of that down here in Texas, which is kind of cool. It's I can't tell you how many times, and it's like a habit. Someone says, "Where are you from?" Or when I've been in other countries or whatever,
right.
They say, so "Where are you from?" And I'll say, "Texas."
Oh yeah.
It's just a habit. It's something to be proud of.
Well, that's who we are. It's a spirit. It's a personality. And a lot of folks, I think, that are not from here, especially folks from kind of the northern states, can sometimes view that, us as arrogant, whatnot. But really, we're just full of pride, we really are. And sometimes it comes off that way. But
so
anyway,
be
it. Yeah, that's true. That's true. So be it.
Anyway, we had to say something about it.
Absolutely.
Being around being around that time, and whenever this thing is published again, will be on March 2nd. So whatever you're listening to this, it may or may not be March 2nd, but it may be after.
Yep.
But just I think everyone says oh, now more than ever these things are important, blah blah blah. But I think especially right now, truly, it's just to take stock in what people did back in the day to sacrifice to have
Everything.
just a little freedom.
Everything.
It's crazy now what we give up every day as far as freedom goes. So,
yep.
I
agree.
There's that old kind of cliche, they'll be rolling in their grave, blah, 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 but I don't know.
Right.
Maybe Houston and Travis and those guys are. I don't, who knows?
Right.
Who knows if they're rolling, but anyway, that's us preaching.
Yep.
You probably...
I do want to read one quote,
Okay,
and you will probably have heard this quote before, because if you ever get an email from my personal email, you'll see it at the bottom. Once again was one of the Texian defenders of Texas. He was a Mexican man who fought for Texas independence. He is a hero. He has a town named after him.
Was he the first vice president?
I think
he a vice president. He was under someone.
I
thought he was under Houston.
Should have been a freaking emperor, as far as I'm concerned. But he had
vice president of Texas. Everybody was
right.
Why we were a country.
Sure.
What we're talking about.
Yep. Which we were basically the Republic of Texas up until Richard Koch screwed it all up in 1845. Yeah. But we'll talk about him later. So anyway, this is Juan Seguin's address at the burial of the Alamo defenders, February 25th, 1837. It says, yes, my friends, they prefer to die 1,000 times rather than submit themselves to the tyrant's yoke. I've had this quote on my email since 2001. And every time I read it, I get that flutter. And I don't think I'm having a heart attack. It really kind of, it gets me fired up. Talk about the ultimate sacrifice. I can't thank those brave men and women, again, of all races and all creeds, for what they did for us. So, yep, it was really great.
Well, I can't top that. I'll leave it there. I'll drink to that.
Yeah, well, and I'm going to drink my Sierra Mist and water and my.
There you go. Have your beautiful hotel hamburger.
Yeah, my little hotel hamburger. Yeah, which I think it's got some bacon on it, which I might just throw away in the trash. Yes, God, does look pretty good. So awesome.
All right. Well, I think that's all I got. You got anything else?
Well, just the usual. Remember, even though we didn't talk about this episode, it is we got to get that feed out there, folks. Supplemental feeding, get the mineral out, get the protein pellets out there, get the cottonseed, keep them full. The clock is ticking.
There you go. All right, and don't forget, if you haven't joined our email list yet, don't miss out. Text BANDIT to 345-345, and once you do, you'll get access to deals on awesome new and innovative hunting products and services. Again, text the word BANDIT to 345-345. All right, folks. Well, that'll do it for this one. Just want to wish you guys a happy Texas Independence Day.
Yeehaw.
And we will talk to you guys later. Take care. Thanks for listening to the Feed Bandit podcast. If you want to find new and innovative hunting gear and service providers not typically offered through the traditional big box hunting stores, come on over and join the hunt at feedbandit.com/join. When you join, as a bonus, you'll get our entertaining free e-guide of unique hunting tips and tricks. And a reminder to all you small businesses, feed stores, gear inventors, or entrepreneurs in the hunting space, if you'd like to get more exposure to potential customers by being featured on the Feed Bandit podcast, please let us know. We'd love to discuss what we can do for you and your business. Go to feedbandit.com/promote. We hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please give us a rating and review on iTunes, as it would really help us out. Go to feedbandit.com/iTunes. Thanks everyone for listening. Until next time, please remember to support your local feed store.